Alright, so check it out. If you lose that little plastic clip grabber thingy, you're gonna have to grab some needle nose pliers to get these little guys out. It's a pain in the butt. This is how you do it. As you can tell, I lost mine. Not a big deal. We always make it work. You're gonna need a 21 millimeter socket and a breaker bar. Doesn't matter what you use, just gotta have it. You're also gonna need these pucks. These go on the bottom so that you don't damage the battery or anything else under the vehicle. Very cheap, easy to get. You're going to use your blackjack or whatever else you got, and you're going to look right up under here. There's going to be a little hole. You're going to slide that into there. There you go. That little O-ring is going to hold it in place. You give it a little love tap, make sure that it's nice and snug, and you're good to go. All right, let's go ahead and jack it up. Now on the Model 3, one thing to note is you can get away with only using one jack. You can lift it just exactly how I'm doing right now. And the suspension is actually so stiff, the front wheel on that same side will actually come up as well. Now on the Model Y, it is not as stiff. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, you will need two jacks just to avoid having any issue, damaging anything, flexing the battery, anything like that. You want to use two jacks, whether it be a floor stand or like how I have it. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and start taking off the lug nuts. How you do your tire rotation on these is front to back, back to front. But I'm going to do things a little bit different. It is going to take a little bit more work, but I'm going to do it my way, and it's the way that I like, and I've always done it. This is a good time to check out your tires. Make sure that there's no nails or anything in areas that you might not be able to see if the tire was still on the vehicle. So you just check it out. Just roll it along as you're rolling it to the back. And everything looks good. So we're just going to set that right over here. I'm going to check the other tire now. We're going to check, this is a good time to check the wear too. So you can see that this one, it's wearing on the inside. This has lasted 10,000 miles. It is way overdue for a tire rotation, but you can see on the back, this used to be the front wheel. It's not as bad. So the reason for that is when everybody's driving like Ricky Bobby, flooring it after, you know, every red light turns green light, you floor it. That's what causes all that. So if you drive like a grandma, nice and easy, you won't have this issue. Tires will last a lot longer on the Teslas. So right here, I'm using the butt and leg method to get the tires back on. This is a good way to save your back and not ruin it. I always like to start it and use the impact later. Now on the front wheels, like I was talking about earlier, I am not going to keep them that way, but I only have two jacks, so I don't have a way to suspend the whole vehicle at one time. I'm going to remove the back one. And then I'm going to go to the other side here, and I'm going to take off the other, the driver's side tires, and I'm going to rotate those front to back, just like I did on the passenger side. Can't stress it enough, just check your tires. This is the best time to do it. This is also a good time to check your suspension components and the brakes. Just inspect them. Teslas don't usually need brake service, but at some point you will, and it's always a good time to check it. This one has some slight wear, but again, it's not as bad as the other side. It's just about as how much you floor it and how aggressive you drive is what's going to make it last. You can see these rotors don't get used that much. It's all because of the regenerative braking. So, but they're still good condition. Everything's nice and good. You want to check all the bolts, make sure nothing's loose, broken. This is the best time to do it. You're going to be able to see everything. So now I'm going to leave that front jack on. This is the moment that you've all been waiting for. This is where my OCD kicks in. I can't just do a front to back tire rotation. So I'm going to move the jack now to the other side, passenger side. Now again, I've already moved the fronts to back and the backs to the front, but I like to do the X motion. So I'm going to take this wheel and I'm going to move it back to the driver's side. I'm going to go passenger to driver, driver to passenger. That's going to give me that X tire rotation where the fronts go to the back and then the backs get crisscrossed to the fronts. I've always done it that way, and I'm always going to continue to do it that way unless specifically told otherwise. Now that they're all hand tied on there, I'm going to use my impact and I'm going to go ahead and tighten them down. And then once I am done with that, we're going to go ahead and torque them down. That's right. 129 foot-pounds is what I'm going to set mine to.